What is good, guys? I'm Genevieve Darby, a Canadian-based YouTuber. I know it's been a hot minute here, I know, and I appreciate everyone who sent me messages on Instagram, on Snapchat. I was actually shocked, but I got a lot of messages from Snapchat asking me when I'm going to come back on YouTube, and we are back with like so many updates, guys. I'm currently in Canada. I'm here for school, so let's get into so many details. And I know as time goes on, I'm going to do a proper Q&A, so you guys ask me certain questions, certain things you want to know, and things maybe I've not touched on. Yeah, so moving to Canada, first of all, is not easy. I feel everybody's journey is quite different. What work for me might not work for you. My processing time might be so different from yours. So quick disclaimer, I'm nowhere near an immigration officer, guys. Nowhere near. Everything I'm going to say in this video is based on my personal experience. If you want immigration advice, I would urge you to seek advice from an immigration lawyer, an immigration officer, anyone who is into travel and tours, and that's it, guys. I'm currently in Toronto and I'm schooling. I'm furthering my education, so that's basically the reason why I'm in Canada. There's nothing more to it. Most of you were asking if it was just one of my travels, but this time around is quite different. I'm going to be here for a while, so you guys are going to be on this journey with me. To get into the video, I'm going to talk about my journey, my process, my visa process, the waiting times, parking, finally getting out of Ghana. That's it. A quick backstory: I've been trying to move to Canada for a while now. Everyone's journey to Canada is quite different. Some people are lucky enough to have very shorter processing time, so their visa comes very early. I know some people get it like in 3 months, but that wasn't my case. Mine took a very long time. I feel maybe it wasn't the right time for me to move, and now is the right time. Life happens, and God has a way of letting you know that this is not the time to move. If it happens like that, you just have to follow suit and let God do his thing. So I got admission to the school, I think in 2021 and we are in 2023. This is interesting. My process wasn't that difficult. It wasn't much. My parents had already catered for most of the stuff, like my fees, give me through the admissions. At first I was reluctant. I didn't want to move, and it was so many things. Let's just say from the beginning of my journey, I wasn't certain on moving to Canada, because already when I completed my first degree, the next year I was already working. That was moving on for me smoothly. Everything was perfect in my eyes. I didn't have any plans on moving as at the time. But when you have parents, this is funny, but when you have parents, most of the time you don't decide for yourself. I got admission to the school back in 2021, and I applied getting to the end, beginning of 2022. I didn't hear anything from immigration or IRCC for a while, for a very long time. The first time I saw any update on my visa application was when I was asked to go and do my medical. That was last year, December. In fact, even before that, it was a whole lot of roller coaster, because I'd taken leave from work. There were so many things happening, and it was a bit confusing. As at the time, I didn't know, okay, so should I go back to work now? What if I go back to work and the whole thing happens? I'll have to take another leave. So many things, and there was a lot going on for me, because I was already vlogging, I was doing my travels. In fact, last year I did like 3 countries: Zanzibar, South Africa, Dubai again. Very confusing, but finally I heard from them in December. I got a visa in March, and I finally arrived in Canada. I've forgotten the date I arrived. Guys, let me check. I have to check the date I arrived. When did I arrive here? 17th of April. Yeah. arrived on the 17th. My dad together with my uncle came to meet me at the airport. It was okay. I mean, I felt good. My dad had to travel all the way to come to Canada to come meet me at the airport. It was so funny. But anyway, yeah. I know most of you are going to come at me, daddy's girl, blah blah blah. That's not what the video is about today, so please. I forgot to mention this, guys. I actually deferred. I started online for some time, but I had to defer because the process was taking so long. I don't know why, but it took a while. Some months on might even take 3 months, 5 months, a year more. Don't really compare your journey with anyone. I think that was what I was doing from the beginning. I kept on comparing. Oh my god, this one's own, it came so early. Why is mine taking so long? So don't compare, guys. If you're also on a journey, you come to Canada for school, for work, please don't compare. Okay guys, so the checklist for coming to Canada for school looks like this. I'll put the link in my bio, so go check it out if you are interested. When I filled out the checklist, the most important details were bank statement. If you are not sponsoring yourself and someone else is sponsoring you, make sure the person has a lot of money. I think there's a limit to the amount that needs to be in your account, like more than $20,000. I don't really know, so if I find out, I'll put it here whilst I'm editing. The document is a lot though. I'm going to ask for your mom, your parents' name, your siblings' name, the details, your background, and also if you are coming for school too, you need a study plan, which is very important. Guys, it's so many things, so many things. I'll put the checklist in my bio so you guys can check it out. That's if you're interested in coming for school. I know for Canada you have the option of submitting your process online or in person. I went through online, then I had to take my biometrics in person at the Canadian embassy. Yeah, so if you want to do it online or in person, I don't know, I think it's the same processing times, but I did it online 3 years ago or 2 years ago. I think pre-COVID, yeah, we're allowing people to do it in person. I don't know for now. I think it will be online, fully online. And I submitted my document and everything, I did my biometrics, and I then received a letter confirming that all my biometrics is valid, blah 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 blah, something that looks similar to this. My biometrics is valid, and that was it. And I didn't hear from them till December, guys. You can imagine. This whole process was very confusing for me. Should I forget about it? Life needs to go on. I can't just be sitting down and be waiting. It was very depressing because questions constantly coming from my parents, my mom asking, my dad asking me. It was too much. So in December, I received this letter asking me to come do my medicals. I went to do my medicals. They are designated medical centers that is accepted by the IRCC. They will give you one. ICA is one. There's another one which I forgot. I think it's IOM something. I'll put it here, guys. Yeah, that's the one that I did it with. Now I finished my medical, so I waited. I had to wait till and in January, that's when I heard from them, and I received, I think, a correspondence letter. No, so I didn't receive even a correspondence letter immediately. I received a letter from my school to confirm that I'm still in school. Yeah, that was it. When I received that, I had to contact the school, send them an email, send a copy of the letter to them. So they sent me a new document with my upcoming intake. I had deferred for a while because I was still in the deferral process. I had not confirmed any dates yet for an intake, so I finally confirmed for May intake, and the school sent me a letter which I submitted on my application. And after I received the correspondence letter, I received a letter asking me to submit my passport. You know, when you've been waiting for something for a while and it's taking forever to come, then finally it happens and you don't know how to act. You don't know if you're happy or you are sad. Yeah, that's where I was. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know. At that point, I won't say I was happy. I won't say I was sad. I was indifferent. Sometimes I don't understand myself. Even though I wanted to leave, at that point, so I didn't want to leave. Can you imagine? Finally, I submitted my passport. It didn't take long for me to get it, honestly. It didn't even take a week. And I was asked to come for aid. So guys, so now I had to prepare to leave Ghana. That was a hard part. I was thinking the waiting was hard. Preparing to leave was the hardest for me. You know, it was supposed to be like a happy moment. Oh my gosh, I'm finally going to further my education, new opportunities, whatever. But it wasn't like that. I think I built like so much in Accra with my travel, even with relationships, my family. My family is dispersed though, but at the end of the day, we all come together at one place, whichever country we still meet, and yeah. But it was hard for me. Your girl didn't vlog. I didn't vlog my prep. I didn't even vlog when I was leaving Ghana because I was so emotional. I did nothing till I got here. But after this video, you guys should expect living in Toronto or living in Canada vlog, because I honestly I didn't vlog anything. Which one did you guys suggest? Did you guys suggest I use living in Toronto or living in Canada? Because I'm in Toronto, and Toronto is quite different from, I'm sure it's quite different from like other cities in Canada. Honestly, I didn't buy anything because my mom, being my mom, had bought most of my stuff. I had everything already. Jacket, clothes, so many clothes that I didn't even know how to even pack and choose from. There were so many things. The only thing I think I bought was spices, food spices, and my dad asked me to also get him some stuff because he was traveling to come meet me here in Canada. So that was it. I didn't really buy much. And I braided, obviously. I fixed my nails. There wasn't much into the preparation. Initially, I was supposed to leave Ghana on, I arrived on 17th. I was supposed to leave on 15th. No, guys, let me confirm. My brain is all over the place. So I was supposed to leave on the 13th of April. I booked my flight with Brussels Airline. Brussels Airline. What a disappointment, guys. I got to the airport and I was told my flight has been cancelled. When you've stressed the whole day and get to the airport and your flight has been cancelled, like, I've wasted my day. I could have just rested the whole day and used like an extra time to do whatever I wanted to do. That's what the airline just cancelled my flight. So my initial route was from Accra to Belgium to Montreal, and Montreal to Toronto. And now my whole journey was changed, and it was so annoying. Brussels Airline linked me up with Ethiopian Airline. I have nothing against Ethiopian Airline. I've used them before. I used Ethiopian Airline when I was going to Zanzibar. It's a good flight. It's a safe flight. It's comfortable. It's convenient. I don't have any problem with it. But now my route, guys, 16 hours. Just like it's an understatement. When I got to Toronto, I was extremely tired because my flight was cancelled. I had to leave the next day. I left Accra to Addis. I didn't sleep at Addis. It was just like transit. So from Addis straight to another plane to Dublin, Ireland. So I went to Ireland, guys. I went to Ireland. From Ireland to Toronto. Ireland to Toronto was 16 hours. So in all my flight hours, I think it was like 22 hours or 21 hours. That's how long I stayed in the plane. Flight was quite interesting because the person that was sitting next to me was from Sudan, and we were chatting so much about Ghana, about Africa, about Sudan, and from Toronto. He is a resident of Toronto, so we're just chatting so much, and he helped me with my bags and everything. I got to the Toronto Pearson airport and I had to go through immigration. So if you come in as a new student, you have to go through immigration. Apart from your visa, you have to go through immigration so they print out your study permit. I want to know some of the questions immigration asks when you get to Canada as a new student. Please let me know in the comment section. I'll do a separate video on that. I wasn't asked so many questions, honestly. The only question I was asked was why I decided to choose cybersecurity, because that's what I'm doing. I already have a background in IT. I did my first degree in IT, so it wasn't any hard question to answer. That was the only question I was asked. I saw some people were like, they were going hard on some people, and I understand why. Really, I came out from the airport stressed and tired, and my dad was just there. I was happy. In fact, I thought he was going to help me. My dad and my uncle were going to help me. I went to eat, checked in my room. I head back to my uncle's residence. I didn't sleep at my apartment that day. I didn't even sleep at my apartment for like some couple of days. I was at my uncle's place with my dad. And my dad finally left me, and I had to come to my residence. Booked a temporary accommodation for a month here in Toronto, because in Toronto things happen in Toronto. Like, there are lots of fraudsters online, so if you want to book like a full apartment, you have to be careful. I had to book an Airbnb before I come in for like a month. Now look for like an accommodation or an apartment that I like, because you can easily get scammed or frauded online. It's not easy getting an apartment here. I'm going to do a separate vlog on that, guys, so you guys watch out. There are more videos coming, even though I know most of you will be disappointed because I didn't vlog my journey. Like I said earlier, the next video is coming. You know how we do it here. You guys already know the drill. I'm going to give it to you back to back. What changes? You guys are going to see more travel vlogs, and expect it. You're going to explore Canada, outside Canada, anywhere. We are going to do it. There are going to be more travel vlogs, so you guys should expect it. Nothing much is going to change. It's still going to be the old stuff with a lot of spice. Starting a new series that's living in Toronto or living in Canada. And guys, my first impressions when I came to Canada. This place is interesting. It's very interesting. You know, people say Canada is cold, right? I came in the best season in Canada. Trust me, spring for me is still cold. Maybe because I just arrived, but it's still cold for me. The first day I came, it wasn't cold. The sun was up, like the weather was chill, and I was happy because I was stressed. Imagine just coming out of the airport and meeting the Canada cold. Oh no. Like, God was just blessing me. Oh, you've now come, so just experience a nice weather. Then the next day, the weather just went gaga. It was cold. It was like 2 degrees, and it's spring. And you know, this place is, the weather is confusing. It can be raining, the sun will be up, and it will still be cool at the same time. Like, it's like a cocktail weather. I don't know what you are getting. You are getting everything. My second impression, how they drive here. Accra, when we are driving, it's called survival of the fittest. We are all fighting for the road. If you are not fast, you're left behind. You are not going to get home early. You'll be stuck in traffic. That's how we drive in Accra. But here, they really obey the rules. You know, in Ghana or in Accra, how we are always doing bumper to bumper. That's not the same in Canada. There's intervals. I don't know, maybe everyone here really went to driving school. I started driving this year. Even though I went through driving school, right, so I know the rules. When I see people making certain mistakes, I always get frustrated on the road. But coming here, I've seen that driving here will be very, very, very good for me and my mental health. But not in Accra. Accra is crazy. Accra is very crazy. There are lots of Indians here in Toronto. When I was going through immigration, there were so many Indian students. I don't know what's happening in India. So many Indian students here in Toronto. And also there's tax on everything. Accra, when you're going to buy something and it's 10 cedis on the price tag, you're paying for exactly 10 cedis. That's not easy in Canada. If it's 10 cedis, no, if it's 10 Canadian dollars, maybe you get to the counter and they'll sum up everything and you're paying like maybe $11.21. But so far so good. I'm loving it here. The place is cool. The neighborhoods are nice. The people are nice. I've not met any racism, which I'm hoping I don't meet. Everyone is nice here. Maybe because I'm in a cool neighborhood, that's why everybody is like nice to me. I don't know. But the Canadians here are very nice. Canada is cool, it's calm. I've seen a couple of crazy people out there though. I'm not going to lie, there are some crazy people here. The crazy people that I saw were in downtown Toronto. That one is also a different story altogether. When I was using the subway, that's when I met a lot of crazy people. But so far so good. The place is cool, calm, nice, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm so glad I'm back. I miss you guys so much. See you guys in my next video. Until next time, I love you guys.